Okay guys, welcome back. What I'm going to do is take you through re-inking these pens. I already sort of filmed doing the red one and I made a mess everywhere. This is my first time at actually having to fill them up. I've filled the colours or Splendor up a heap of times, but I haven't done the ink. So what I've got is some isopropyl alcohol. Over here in Australia it's called Icicle. I'm just wetting down some paper towel just in case I need it. I'm taking everything out that I'm going to need. I don't need the instructions, and I've just moved this to the side because I don't need it. So I'm just going to take off the ink lid. This one is the aquamarine. Just going to put the hollow point on this. So all I've got here already, I need this. I'm just going to take off the red from the last one. I've got some new nibs out because I'll replace the nibs. This one doesn't need it as much as the red one did, but I will still, might as well replace it while I'm here. I'll just pull that one out. Wipe my tweezers off a little bit. Okay, so I don't want to overfill it, so I'm just going to suck up about 5 mils. Just going to pop it in, and I press it in a little bit into the woolen liner. Okay, that went in perfectly. The red one I just overfilled, so I don't want to do that to this. Okay, the green is on. Be careful not to blunt the end of my nib. And then all I'm going to do is pop it down on the paper and just give it the contact to start to get it to flow. And once it's started to flow, which it has, I'm just going to put the lid back on it, call it done, put the lid back on the ink. And because these are I could use these for the nail art, you know, with because the alcohol cleans it up and spreads it and stuff. I could actually use that to do some alcohol ink stuff on for nail art. I'm just going to clean that off because I don't want it everywhere, and get as much of the leftover ink out of my syringe. And I'm just patting it on there and it's coming out. I don't want it to infect and wreck that piece of cotton I have in case I need to fix that at some point. Just had some ink. Regardless of how clean I'm trying to be, I am finding I'm getting ink all over me, which I really hate. But anyway, all I have to do is just, because you can see I've got ink on me, is just wipe it off with the alcohol on the paper towel, and it's coming away beautifully. But there's no much point doing a lot of cleanup now because I've got other pens to do. So what I said, I won't say it again because I'll put the red ink video on this. I've still got 3 more to do. But I made the first one seem a lot harder than actually what it is, and because I'll do something with them today, should really be doing nail videos and taking off the stuff that I've got on my nails because it needs to come off, but I got new toys and I want to play Purple Grape. So, you know, yes, I'm a big kid at heart. I think we're all like that when we get new stuff, and it's just inspired me to do some art. So I've got the Purple Grape. Again, same thing, I'm just going to very gently, and it's on a flat surface, take the lid off it. Now this one, that ultramarine one didn't have it, but this one has it. It has this, I'm going to pop you there for a sec, it has this little safety that I'm place back on it. Take the lid off my pen, take that out of its little protective little wrapper, insert it in there. This nib definitely is going, it is very much cactus. I'm just going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to suck up about 5 mils. And I'm going to put it in a little bit into the cotton webbing inside, and I'm slowly going to push it in. Very thirsty. But I have used them quite a lot, so I'm not surprised. I'm going to put the new nib in. Press it back down with the tweezers. Being careful not to. And I should say that the Chameleons, they do sell their own tweezers and tools to do this. When I saw that, I was like, really? Surely everybody has tweezers, but anyway, I do know some people like to have the actual right tools for the jobs. So I'll just put that back in the box. There's this sheet of paper towel and some alcohol. Just clean off my syringe, and I'm just going to put it back in its wrapper. Wipe off that end of it and just dab the excess ink out onto the paper towel and get that big globule off there. Okay, and just letting it sit there. The ink's gone through to the end, so I will test it, make sure it's flowing nicely, which it is. And I'll just put the cap back on it. And in my first video, I said I wouldn't show you guys me doing all of these, but you know what? I want to show you just how long time consuming this part really is. I mean, a smart person would take out all this cotton wadding out of the boxes, but because of the way I store the boxes, I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to have an issue as long as I'm careful putting everything back away. So I've got another piece of paper towel, the lid off that. I'm going to open, oops, stab myself. I wonder if you can't see how I'm doing that. So these haven't been opened. So what's that? Royal, blue violet. Make sure you get the right colours. And do the nib. Okay, finish opening my box. Take out my little piece of cotton. Okay, so all of that's out, and this has got the different lid on it again, so probably like the aquamarine, it's not going to have that seal on it. I don't know why. I've just got my tweezers. I'm just going to put some alcohol, and I forgot to wipe off my tweezers from the purple. And the only reason why, yes, I'm going to throw that nib away on my blue. I might not actually, that doesn't seem too bad. But I don't want to cross-contaminate anything, so it's just easier to, after I use the tweezers, to give them a wipe. So I'm going to suck up again. That 5mm seems to be working for me. Pop it in, squeeze it down. Okay, so I've just grabbed the new clean nib, got it sitting there. Just going to gently press it down into the base. And I'll stand it up there for a second because I'll show you after I finish cleaning up that all by its little lonesome. Does it do what I need it to do? So just tapping out all that excess ink. I'll put the lid on the ink. Oh look, I don't know if you're seeing that on cam. The cam's in the right spot, but even though it's being standing up upright, it's spreading all through the nib all by itself. I'm just going to test that nib. Awesome. All beautifully and inked and ready to rock. I'll put that one away. Get my next colour out. Pop that one back in. Yes, I'm just making sure all that ink out of my syringe is basically gone. Because I just, like I said, everything, because of the way I store it, it all gets stored upright, so it shouldn't be an issue. But if someone picks up a box and moves it and doesn't keep it upright because, you know, the family doesn't know, it could be an issue. So we're on my last one, which is the royal blue. And again, cutting myself dangerously with the scissors. One of these days I'm really going to hurt myself. Silly idiot. Okay, putting the cotton to the side. Okay, now this has the same lid. It doesn't have that nice pointy lid that the others did, so when I open it, it's not going to have that silver protective thingy. I'm going to get a clean piece of paper towel. And I'm going to squirt some isopropyl alcohol on it. I'm going to make sure, even though I know I cleaned them that last time, I'm just going to make sure they are super nice and clean. Really don't want cross-contamination. Put the head on, take the protective little cap off. Make sure that's on well. Take this off. Okay, the same with this nib. It doesn't really need... Oh yes it does, this one does. The other one didn't, but this one certainly does. Give it a good squeeze. Got it out. I'm just going to suck up. About 5 mils of ink. And I'm going to grab my new nib, pop it on, gently push it down. Right, so we're all good. Store them up here so you guys can see in the camera as I'm cleaning up. It naturally flow up and colour it. First thing I do is put the ink on the lid on the ink. I don't need someone, not that I have little kids or anything, but you know, it's I'm a bit anal retentive like that with my liquids and my monomers and all of that. If I'm not using them, my powders, I always put the lids on them and do them up. For sure as hell I will knock them over, or someone else will knock them over, and that's a big mess. So I'm just, oops, I didn't want that back on there. Crap. Okay, let's clean that off again now. That was me being silly. Okay. Oh, did it again. Brain fart moment. So again, the same with this. It's all by itself. The ink's travelled up the nib, so they must have been thirsty. And then just put these two back in the box, and they're done. They're all ready to rock. I know. I'll just put these in the box. Yeah, it's weird. They go in the box really well, but they don't. They come, it's easy to get the stuff out of the box. Putting it back in the boxes are another story. So, because I've had paper towel down, oh, there's a little bit there on my bench. I can just, probably didn't help that I wiped my bench. With it, but that's, just get a little bit more of the alcohol on my tweezers, make sure they're nice and clean. Again, cross-contamination, because, you know, especially if I've got to fill up a colourless blender or something. And these are really cheap, nasty tweezers. I'll take you to the sink with me. Just got to be careful. Hopefully you guys will be able to see, because I can't see. I'm just going to put some alcohol on my hand and just give my hands and my fingers a bit of a scrubby dub. Didn't see that bit there. Just like so. Just give it a rinse. That little bit on my fingernail I'm not terribly worried about. I've just got some dishwashing. Yes, I know. I always wash my hands with the dishwashing soap. Okay. Sorry, I'm just drying them before I touch the camera again. So, clean up. Yes, I've got a little bit there and I've got a little bit just there. But I'm not worried about that little bit just there. I've got to take that polish off. It's now 4 or 5 weeks old. Still no chip though. But I really do need to take it off. So let's go back here. So, put the lid on my alcohol. And that's, I just store the alcohol in my nail room. So, I can't see what you guys can see. So just opening up my box, I'm putting my inks in. I always face them out so I can see the labels. Okay, and then my colourless blenders are there, my nibs are there. I'll just put that nib back in it. So I put those nibs in and put my free nibs away. I don't know what the GO with this nib is. Oh, it's a colourless blender nib that's absolutely dead that I don't know why I kept. I can't recycle that one. But I love the little bag these free ones nibs came in. It says it's a gift from Chameleon when I bought the pens. So that's all back in there. The tweezers are in there. For some reason I'm storing these dry flowers in there. The lid goes on. And the pens and that normally go in there, but because I'm going to have a play, that's it. So that's clean up. My bench is clean. There's no alcohol everywhere. It's great. So till next time, guys, keep safe. I hope you enjoyed that quick look at how I fill them up. I don't have ink all over me, my shirt or anything like that. I've got a little bit on my hands, but that's all good. So now I get to have a play. Till next time, guys. Bye.